I want to talk about depression today. Essentially what I'm hoping to do with this video is to highlight kind of what might be happening inside you while you're feeling depressed, and then something you can do or a few things you can do to feel a bit better about that. In normal circumstance, when you go through a challenge, there's some voice in our head which kind of encourages us to sort of keep going and keep pushing forward. Whereas I feel like when you're depressed, that voice which kind of encourages you or tells you to keep going is not really there. There's just this voice which is quite hopeless. You know, there's no point trying in this particular area of my life. There's no point trying in it because actually I'm not going to get anywhere with this. So there's a sense of hopelessness. I feel that one of the most important things when you're going through that is to remember that actually you know, that's the voice of your depression, or you could kind of look at it as that's you basically hyper-focused on one way of thinking, which is what happens when we're depressed. And just because you're thinking that, and just because you may have a lot of good evidence in your mind, you may have thought yourself into thinking that way, doesn't mean it's true. I don't know if this means much, but I've certainly gone through very strong periods where I felt that way. Last thing you want to do when you're in that state where you're feeling that sense of hopelessness is to believe that thinking. I almost feel like to get out of that state you almost have to act in a way which is kind of going against that, and I think through doing so you'd actually find that gradually you'd feel that you're feeling slightly better. You begin to see evidence in your life externally that actually what that thought is telling you, which is very hopeless, or what those thoughts are telling you is not true, because your life is telling you a very different story. The best way of getting over that hopelessness is to just act, to try new things. Even if there's an inkling, I would say you go and try it and do it, rather than listen to that voice of hopelessness. So I hope you find this video useful, and I'm going to sort of try to do these more often from now on. So yeah.